Hare Krishna, everyone, all the devotees, all the students. Today onwards, because till now we have introduced a bit about Prabhupada and about Bhagavad Gita. So from today onwards, we'll start our class session with in a very specific way. The way we start our session usual, I had holded it back, and now I'll today introduce that. That is very significant thing which we can always have in our life, that is called prayers. Prayers, they play the utmost important role in our life. Any activity which we are going to start, if we offer some prayer and then we start, then our consciousness is evolved, our consciousness is enhanced, it is improved, and mind is pure, consciousness is improved. With that set of consciousness and mind, when we start our activity, then efficiency, productivity, and more so the mercy of the Lord, it flows in us, and we can very nicely execute, and we can understand also because our consciousness is now pure. So now I'll start with prayer. The prayer is very simple. First, we'll offer prayer to Srila Prabhupada. And what is the potency in offering prayer to Prabhupada? I will read this, and not read, I'll just share with you all. 2 minutes prayer, 2 minutes story. And this is real story which happened in Russia with one Mataji. Her name was Purnamasi Mataji. She is Russian, but she was introduced this Krishna consciousness, the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, in Russia. Devotees had gone there. Prabhupada had sent them. As we have understood how Prabhupada, he traveled all over the world and he broadcasted this message of Bhagavad Gita everywhere. Even he did not leave even the communist countries also. So in China, Russia, everywhere. So in Russia, when the movement was expanding, so many people were coming, and the history is there, long history is there. So, but in brief, so this Mataji came in contact. But in Russia, there is one committee called KGB. KGB committee, country security, it is meant to secure the country. Any unusual activity cannot take place in Russia. They will, if they can catch you, they will put you behind the bar. Any such activity which is not matching with the law and order of the country. So this KGB Association Union, it is for that purpose only it is created. So this Mataji, and not only this, many others, they were distributing Bhagavad Gita and preaching Krishna consciousness, that too externally, apparently, even though it is not Hindu religion, but they understand like that they are propagating this Hindu religion. But actually this is not any sectarian religion or any Hindu religion kind of thing. This is pure Krishna consciousness, eternal religion, which is meant for everyone. So anyway, this Mataji was preaching and talking to everyone and trying to convince everybody what is this Bhagavad Gita teaching, what is the purpose of life, what is goal of life, why we have taken birth here, and all those things, why many things we don't want suffering, but it falls upon us. We all work very, very hard to only achieve happiness. We only achieve success. But many a times we don't end up in happiness or success. We end up in frustration, we end up in failure, anxiety, depression, all those things. We don't aspire for that. Much against our wish and will and desires, all these things happen. Why all these things are happening? So all these things are very nicely explained in Bhagavad Gita. So this Mataji, she was preaching like this very, very enthusiastically, very, very rigorously she was preaching. But unfortunately, she was caught by this KGB people and she was put behind the bars. Now she is imprisoned. Then there also started preaching to the prisoners. This Mataji, very fired up, very enthusiastic. This philosophy, basic understanding. Oh, you have come here. There must be a purpose. What is the purpose of human form of life? What is the purpose of this universe? We all have come. Everybody has goals. Like all of you are in the college. Everybody has come in the college for a goal. Similarly, before engineer, doctor, whatever degree we are pursuing, we all are human beings. So being a human, what is our goal? What is the purpose? We are in the journey. Somebody has boarded the train. So where he is going, if you ask, if he does not know, where am I going? Then you'll ask, you'll say, oh, he's a fool or madman. He doesn't know only where to go. So like this, she was preaching very extensively, but there again, KGB people got to know and they tried to stop her, but she was not stopping at all. It was extremely, because she is convinced what is this philosophy of Krishna consciousness, everything. Then these people tried all the ways and means, but she was not stopping. Then they called a witch to do some magic to, to to influence her consciousness, and so that she may lose her consciousness, her own uh, mindset, everything, and she may stop this activity. So for this purpose, they brought a witch, and she came along with her assistants and these KGB officers. She went into trance, she closed her eyes and all those things. Then she started doing some magic, doing all those mantra, chanting mantras, hymns, and all those things. And then started doing all those things, whatever she could do. And this Mataji, she couldn't. And yes, these officers, they made her sit possibly on the chair and bound her with the ropes. Now she cannot do, she's helpless. And this witch is doing, see everything. Now she, one kind of black creature, she started doing some magic, and that black creature started entering the body of this Mataji, Masi Mata. And all around her, fog was there. It was completely foggy, everything. She could realize that something is going inside her body, and now she is losing her consciousness. And then she started chanting. She started loudly chanting Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. It's like we heard this song in the beginning. Chant this name, chant Hare Krishna mantra, and relieve all your anxiety. Just chant Hare Krishna mantra, and you can relieve all your anxiety. So she started chanting Hare Krishna mantra, but apparently nothing happened. That black creature, still it was entering. Then she stopped chanting Hare Krishna. She started chanting Narsimha Arti, because Prabhupada has always taught us that whenever any danger is there, any situation, adverse situation is there, you are in problem, pray from Lord Narsimha, he will protect you. Then she tried that also, but that also didn't work. I'll say why these things are not working. I'll explain later. But then what happened? She profusely called out the mantra of Prabhupada, Pranam mantra of Prabhupada. She started chanting Prabhupada Pranam mantra very loudly. And the moment she started chanting Pranam mantra of Prabhupada, that witch, she stopped doing all the activities. She came out of trance. Suddenly, she came out of the trance, and then she started closing all her whatever she had spreaded around, and then started going. Then these officers started asking, what are you doing? Why you're not doing what you are doing? Then she said, no, I'll not do. I'm now leaving everything. I'll go. Then they asked, why you are going? Then she said, oh, you cannot see, but I'm seeing. Old man is standing there, and he's saying, don't do this. Very boldly, he is asking me not to do this, and I am afraid of him. And it appears that he is a kind of majestic divine person. He is not of this world, he is from other world. He is holding us back. Don't do all these things. And now I cannot do this. And that black creature also could not enter, and that creature came out, and this witch, she stopped everything and started going. And then this Mataji, Purnamasi Mataji, later she says what happened. Actually, Prabhupada personally came, and he helped, protected this Mataji, and stopped that witch also, not to do any kind of black magic upon this Mataji. So you see, this incident happened few years before, and Prabhupada has already left this world 1977. 14th November 1977 in Vrindavan. Then how come Prabhupada come here and he can protect? Yes, Because as in the last video yesterday, we saw that last clip of the video was when reporter asked, what will happen when you die to your devotees? Prabhupada said, I will never die. That was the statement of Prabhupada. So Prabhupada actually, he's there present. And when we pray to him, we offer pranam mantras to him, actually it works. And in fact, Krishna wanted us to understand that Prabhupada, the mantras offering to Prabhupada is also very, very important, as it is important chanting Hare Krishna mantra. So therefore, we'll offer chanting Hare Krishna mantra, and we'll offer also Prabhupada Pranam mantra. Then we'll start our discussion. So I just gave a brief introduction why to chant mantras. And yes, definitely Prabhupada is very powerful personality, empowered personality. None of the personality till now has done the miracle what he has done. He has he has transformed all the hippies, frustrated people into a happy people. That is the magic Prabhupada has done. History is the proof. Whole world is now following Prabhupada's teaching. Anybody who follow Prabhupada's teaching, he immediately becomes happy. He becomes free from all the anxieties, all the frustration, all the negative emotions, everything, because he comes into reality. It's like, if you remember, I gave the example of turning on the light. If everything is dark and you want to do something, then you cannot see anything, so you cannot do anything. So what do? What you have to do? You have to simply go and turn on the light. Then everything will be very clear, everything evident, kya kahan kaise hai, and you can easily execute your duty. In the same way, when we come into transcendental knowledge, everything, all the worries, all the problems, everything goes aside, and we continue our life very peacefully, very nicely, in happy mood. So, okay, so we'll chant mantra and then we'll start. I request all of you, those who remember, they can chant along with me, or else you can just hear me, try to remember. In later classes, you also can start reciting with me. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. I request all of you to chant this Hare Krishna mantra at least 108 times every day. It is very, very powerful. As we understood yesterday also, Prabhupada expanded this moment only through Hare Krishna mantra. Prabhupada was not having anything. Prabhupada was only having this Hare Krishna mantra, and he gave this to the world, and world was transformed. So we will also get transformed by chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Okay, so now let us begin our class. Today's topic is law of karma. Very complicated topic, but very interesting. Desire and destiny. Free will and destiny. There are many terminologies which we come across, but there is no profound answer. The understanding is not there. We are just in a foggy consciousness. Just like that, we are, theek hai, kuch hota hoga. Something is there, some karma philosophy is there, yes. But there is no clarity what it is. Krishna in the 4th chapter, in the 18th chapter, very nicely, thoroughly he has explained. There are 5 factors of action, how to achieve success in any kind of activities. In 18th chapter, Krishna described this. I'll take it up later. First, let us understand what is law of karma. Just like in physics, we understand that every action has equal and opposite reaction. This is the second law of Newton, I think, second law of motion given by Newton. Any activity you do, you will have reaction. Good activity you do, good reaction. Bad activity you do, bad reaction. So how all these things, all the intricacies, how all these things happen. So let us try to understand. So once there was a very renowned person, very famous. He was defeated by somebody else in a match, in a competition. So he became very, very determined. He became very conscious. And for some time he was disturbed also. How can he be defeated? So then he started working very, very hard. He took a very strong determination, and then he practiced a lot, did all kinds of activities, whatsoever he can do, and waking up day, night, working very, very hard, doing all those things. And then finally he became very expert. And then when again match happened, then he defeated the same person. And like this, he defeated anyone and everyone, and he became champion. I'm talking about boxing match. In boxing, this person became champion, and he was claiming, I am the greatest. I am the greatest. And even he was challenging God also at times. But few years later, what happened? That same person who was champion in boxing, he defeated everyone. But once upon a time, he was not able to lift a glass of water from the same hand, and was at one time very powerful. He had beaten so many people with this hand only. But now one glass of water, he want to drink the water, but he cannot lift because he developed Parkinson disease. He got a stroke and his hand got paralyzed. So I guess you'd have guessed, who is he? Who is he? Can anybody help me in this? What is his name? Yes, Kirti, Muhammad Ali. So yes, I am talking about Muhammad Ali. He was claiming himself a champion, and yes, definitely became a champion, the greatest. But at one time, he was not able to lift the glass of water. What happened to his power? If this power belonged to him, then why not at this time he used that power to lift the glass of water? That means this power did not belong to you. Second, few years before, in Bangalore, in our temple, one family came and they were very old. So they started introducing about themselves. Husband, wife, both had come. Then husband introduced himself with a Prabhu. I will today share his video also. Chanchalapati Prabhu. He is passed out from ISC Bangalore in 1982. And then finally he joined ISKCON Bangalore. He is vice president and vice chairman of Akshapatra Foundation. So both met with Prabhu, and then started discussing. In the beginning, they introduced that myself, such and such, so and so, passed out from MIT. I have completed my graduation from MIT. And then wife also introduced herself as the passed out from Stanford University. So both are very highly qualified, competent. Now you could have guessed that how much intelligence they would have. Passed out from IIT, MIT, husband and wife is passed out from Stanford. Both are materially very, very intelligent, very powerful. But now they are old. They are now completely into invalidity, captured by that, and now started sharing their realizations. Wife was not able to speak Husband only introduced her. Husband somehow or other he could speak, and discussion went on and on. In the discussion, post of discussion, he shared that now many times I cannot figure out many things. Many things I cannot figure out what is this, what is not this. See, same person once he was very intelligent, but now his intelligence is not working, not functioning. Where has his intelligence gone? Third, Steve Jobs, very famous person, the role model of all the businessmen, who set a benchmark, who became the synonymous of success. He achieved the pinnacle of success in business world. Once he was a blue-eyed person in people's eyes. But if you read his last word, his realization, he shares very wonderful realization. Surrounded by humming machines out. In fact, he died out of pancreatic cancer in his body, a vital organ in his body. So in everyone's body, it is pancreas, so got cancer, and finally he could not afford all the money, all the richness, everything is there, but he could not again brought back to his life. Then he was sharing his realization, his experiences, that now sitting in this situation, lying in this situation on the bed, surrounded by blue lights coming from the machines which are creating humming sounds. Now I realize all those recognitions, all those wealth, all those accomplishments which I achieved. Now today in this time, it has become pale and meaningless in the face of impending death. Now everything I have, but none of them can protect me. You see, so like this, there are unlimited examples. Many students, they go for, after in even in fact from nowadays 8th 9th standard itself, they go for coaching institute, they join Narayana IT Academy, Fiji, Resonance, Bansal, whatsoever, so many coachings in order to crack IIT or crack NEET. They want to achieve the success, but many people, they study very well, but they fail. I'll share my own experience when I was preparing for IT in Narayana IT Academy, Delhi. So 2 years before, in 2011, I joined 2011 Narayana IT Academy, and I'm talking about this boy whose name is Sahal Kaushik, who got 33 rank in IIT 2010. 2010. And 2010, the IIT paper was, the maths paper was the toughest paper. Very lengthy paper it was. Everybody, all the faculties, even all the experts of all the different, in fact, region, Bansal coaching is supposed to be uh, the best coaching in the maths, because Bansal is very intelligent in maths, resonance in physics, like that. So everybody declared that this time the physics maths paper was the toughest paper in the history of IIT. So this boy who was Sahal Kaushik, in 2010 he cracked IT. So 2010 he had written the exam. What happened with him? 16 years old boy writing IT exam, 16 years. Only one son, only one, having no sibling, single person. His mother is doctor, father is also somewhere placed in as engineer. They're from Dwarika, Delhi, and he has also joined this Narayana IT Academy in Dwarika branch. So then when he 2010 he sat it for the exam, IT exam, and 6 hours he was sitting there, and he came back. When he came back, his paper was blank. There was no mark on the paper, even not even a tick. All the teachers became disturbed. What is this? Why did you not attempt any question? What was the harm? What was the problem? Worry? Did you got disturbed? Did you could not couldn't you solve the questions? Then you know what was his response? He said, I solved all the questions in the mind, and directly I just bubbled OMR. Then all the teachers were shocked. How can you do this? How is it possible? Because the teachers now, they are solving the math and it is so lengthy. जो आईटी में होंगे और प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर सॉल्व किए होंगे 2010 के लॉन्ग question solution, even though it is apparently maybe easy, but so many concepts, so many formulas will be applied, and then finally you will get the answer, like the long paper of maths. So he solved all the questions of math, all the questions of physics, few only left in chemistry, and almost all the questions in chemistry. And he shared this कि मैंने सब कुछ solve कर लिया mind में ही. So teachers did not believe, but because वो पढ़ा रहे थे तो उनको था आइडिया ही इज वेरी इंटेलिजेंट, बट इतना भी नहीं जानते थे कि वो माइंड में सॉल्व कर लेंगे. सो देन व्हेन रिजल्ट केम, ही गॉट कंप्लीट मार्क्स in physics, in maths also, chemistry. Because of inorganic he could not secure the full marks, therefore he got 33 rank. Otherwise that same year Jitin Reddy from Narayana IIT Academy itself from Hyderabad, he got the first rank. And in fact, because Narayana coaching, one coaching is there, all are studying same coaching, so when inter coaching test used to be conducted, then Sahal Kaushik was getting the first rank. He was defeating all now and then to Jitendra Reddy also. His name, the first person who got the first rank was Jitendra Reddy. So he got the first rank, but all the experts, even from Hyderabad center also, they declared that even Jitendra Reddy is also nothing in front of Sahal Kaushik. So that was the intelligence of Sahal Kaushik. Now you understand from where his intelligence he got, what activity he has performed, that he got such an intelligence that is extraordinarily intelligence. 1 minute. Yes. So now we'll understand. So Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita. In fact, in Bhagavatam, a verse comes, Janma Aishwarya Sruta Sribhir Edhaman Madah Puman Naivarhati Avidatum Vai Tvam Akinchan Gochara. All of us take birth. When we take birth, there is no choice given to us that in which family you are going to take birth. Whether in India, America, Pakistan, Australia, black, white, intelligence, not intelligence, and all other rich family, poor family, slum area, कैसे कहाँ पर आपका जन्म होगा, none of us choose, none of us decided. ऐसा नहीं कि माँ की पेट में फॉर्म हम लोगों ने फिल किया, अच्छा you want black complexion, you want white complexion, you want such an intelligence, 64 ounce brain substance, you want 36 ounce brain substance, you want such a rich father, somebody wants to take birth in slum area. Nothing, no. We did not have any option. Just we landed in some family. Then we started relating, oh, this is my father, this is my mother, oh, he is my brother, she is my sister, and this is my locality, oh, this is my home, this is my nation, this is, I'm Indian, I'm Hindu, I am atheist, I am black, I am white, I am this, I am dog, I am a cat. This identification began. But did we have any option to choose where to take birth? How much intelligence should we have? Nothing. So then today we have somebody is very intelligent, somebody is not very intelligent, somebody is very smart, somebody is very beautiful, somebody is very ugly, somebody is taken birth with silver spoon in his mouth, somebody is even struggling. There are statistics say that around some billions people, they don't have any clue that whether they will get next meal or not. There is a death triangle, Sudan, if you remember, if you know Sudan, there every now and then so much of poverty, so much of this thing is there. People are suffering, even trying to get a meal for a single day, one meal in fact. So who is deciding all these things? What is the deciding factor? Sometimes you are very rich, other time you become very poor, like Vijay Singhania. I shared, in fact, if I am not wrong, in one class, Vijay Singhania, he is the owner of Raymond's company, but few years later he was on the street. He was not having even money to pay for his own building where he was staying in the rent. So why all these things are happening? What is the deciding factor? So Krishna says, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Sri. These four things are fixed, decided, already given to you. You don't have any option to choose. What are they? Janma, birth. In which family you will take birth, you don't have any chance. You don't have any choice. Whether you are going to become human or animal, you don't know anything. You are just put into that family. So Janma, Aishwarya means opulence. How much opulence you will have, that also you don't have in your control. Then Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta means intelligence. How much intelligence you will get, that also is not in your hand. And Sri means beauty. How much beautiful you will have. Beauty you will have. And two other things, happiness and distress. Even if you have all these things, suppose these four things in your favor, you are having good intelligence, you have taken good birth, you are very beautiful also, or very smart, and everything, everything is very favorable for you. But if you are destined to suffer in your life, then suffering will come. And if somebody is not having all the four things in his alignment, then if he is destined to have a happy life, then he will be happy. So happiness, two things, happiness and distress are fixed. The amount of happiness, the amount of distress in your life which are going to come, you cannot change by altering your success or failure. Maybe by working very, very hard, you can bring about some change, and that change also is not in your hand, how much change you can bring. There are many people working very, very hard but cannot crack IIT, but many other people just studied 6 hours, 5 hours, but they cracked with good rank. So result also is not in our hand. So then on what basis these things are decided? So here comes understanding of law of karma. Destiny is decided as per your karma, activities which you have performed in your previous lives. Now here the understanding of reincarnation. Now another topic has come into play. So we'll discuss this reincarnation in tomorrow's class mostly. And today I'll conclude that all of us are destined to enjoy or suffer as per the destiny created by your previous activities which we have performed in our previous lives. Now there will be many questions, I know, regarding reincarnation, previous, whether there is life, reincarnation, whether next life is there or not. We'll understand all these things in tomorrow's class. And but today, let me conclude that yes, reincarnation is a fact. We'll see today, tomorrow, how I'll present all those logical, scientific points. Even scientists, Ian Stevenson, he has given more than thousands, more than 2,000 cases of reincarnation, and even logic says also, scriptures also say. So according to your activity in the previous lives which you have performed, we get in this life. So we get our destiny. So according in that destiny, suppose in your bank account 1 lakh is there, 1 lakh rupees there, so you can enjoy or you can purchase anything. आप कुछ भी खरीद सकते हैं, कार खरीद सकते हैं, गाड़ी खरीद सकते हैं, in the range of 1 lakhs, not beyond that. Beyond that you don't have access. So अगर आपको उससे ज्यादा चाहिए तो आप पैसा कमाइए, करेंसी कमाइए, उसमें जमा करिए, then you can enjoy. So how to earn currency of karma, how to achieve happiness, and how to increase our happiness. In fact, how can we change our destiny? Can we alter our destiny? And is there any scope? And what is the role of free will? So if we are destined, then we are machine. So should we work, or we should stop our activity? So is there any role of free will? So all these things, and many times it comes that yes, we can bring about change. I worked very very hard, and many people, in fact, they worked very very hard, but and they could change their destiny. They were undergoing so much of suffering, problems, but then later they became rich person. They, in fact, they kicked out all those suffering situation, all the obstacles in their life. So how all these things happen, all these answers of these questions will get in tomorrow's class. Today, now we'll stop. Any question from your side, you can ask. Or else I'll share one video, then we'll. Any question, any input you want to give, or else I should share one video. All of you can watch this video.
Whenever we are in anxiety, whenever we are uncomfortable, unhappy, sarvanga sandahyamana, oh, difficulties, we should, if you analyze our consciousness, somewhere it is because of asatgriha. We are holding on to some temporary thing, some temporary feature of the material world due to bodily conception of life, due to ignorance, which is actually causing anxiety. A devotee of the Lord who is free from such misconceptions, he is not asatgrihat, he is satgrihat. He is holding on to Krishna and transcendence of the Lord. And such a person will be free from all anxiety. So this is the secret. Whenever, even as devotees, in our community of devotees, in our service, whenever we are having some difficulty, if you analyze carefully, it is because of asatgrihat, holding on to some material conception.
So Prabhu is sharing that any problem in our life, any anxiety, if it comes, so if you reflect back, then you will analyze that this is all because of this asat graha. Asat means this temporary, graha means this body. This, because of all the problems are because of this body. Because I have this body and I have identified myself with this body, and I identify all those relatives as mine, me and mine, aham mameti. So I, because this identification is there, bodily identification, therefore we all are into anxiety. So that means we should not be into bodily identity. That means we are not this body. We are beyond body.
No.
We are something higher than the body. Yes,
Thank you.
we are all these things. Tomorrow we'll understand more. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Anything anybody would like to add or give any input or ask any question, you are most welcome. And one more thing I thought of, that many were saying that we want to read Bhagavad Gita also parallelly, verse by verse. How many of you, in fact, want to read Bhagavad Gita verse by verse? Can you raise your hands? Everyone. Vahini, Jaita, Dipti, Shai, Yashashri, Brasmo. Everyone. Oh, so after this class will go on, and parallelly I'll wind up this 5 or 9:10, and from 9:10 to 9:25 or 30, 15, 20 minutes. We'll have question answer. We'll have Bhagavad Gita discussion. And in fact, if you want personal counseling also, anything related to your personal life or any challenges which you are going through, we'll have in those time, we'll have discussion. Okay. So this is all about our class. So maybe tomorrow onwards we can start this. And if you also desire, and any question you would like to ask, then you can ask. No question? धीरज कुमार प्रजापति, थैंक यू प्रभु जी. अच्छा, बाय द वे, कैसा लगा आप लोगों को क्लास? एनी इनपुट यू वुड लाइक टू गिव? Should we change the way of presentation? Any kind of adult addition or subtraction? Anything you want to give your suggestion, you can give. Sir, for personal counseling, what is the process? Process is, in this time we can have from 9:10 to 9:30, maybe from tomorrow onwards. And if you find that you cannot open up in front of others, so you can WhatsApp me on the my number. It is there in the group, you can find, and then we can discuss there. Okay. So with this, I think we should stop. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I request everyone to kindly chant every day without fail. Changes definitely will come in your life just by chanting Hare Krishna mantra, and you will start feeling the transcendental happiness beyond this bodily happiness. Today I have introduced this, that this body is asat, temporary. Tomorrow we'll understand more about this, and in fact we'll be keep on understanding. There are so many concepts which are there in Bhagavad Gita, kept in the lock you cannot open, but this is confidential secret. I'll be keep unraveling, and after understanding, you will be amazed. Achha, this is the understanding. This is about life. I did not even know about all these things. These things exist. Yes, all these things exist. We'll understand this. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.